Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Brett. Huge thanks to Brett and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Brett reached out asking for a deck led by Krenko Mob Boss. Specifically, he wanted me to include some of the newer cards on a classic commander, and I was more than happy to build it for him. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Krenko Mob Boss is a 4-mana 3/3 legendary goblin warrior. We may tap him and create X 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Krenko is one of the most popular commanders, currently ranked at number 5 on EDH Rec. We make goblins. Lots of goblins. An entire horde of goblins. And then we either attack with them or use cards like Perforos to win the game. Pretty straightforward. But as I said earlier, Brett wanted to include some newer cards in the list, so I made sure to include at least a few of them. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, BCW. BCW has been making high-quality, cost-effective products for both collectors and retailers for over 40 years. If you want to store, display, or sort your cards, check them out. I've been using their inner sleeves for years now and have never had an issue. Be sure to click the link down below and use code DANON10 for a 10% discount on your order. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Starting off our land base, we've got Castle Embereth, 3 Tree City, Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, War Room, Arena of Glory, and Rogue's Passage, all serving as utility lands. I don't normally run this many utility lands in a commander deck because I'm old school and want to use my lands to cast spells, but we're monocolored, so it's fine. Oh, and 29 mountains. Gotta have some basics, of course. Our mana ramp package consists of Skirk Prospector, Goblin Warchief, Goblin Glasswright, Phyrexian Altar, Tablet of Discovery, Brightstone Ritual, Battle Hymn, Seething Song, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Mind Stone, Ruby Medallion, Fire Diamond, and Throne of Eldraine. Some sacrifice outlets, some cost reducers, and some rituals, but mostly mana rocks. And Throne of Eldraine already needs a reprint. This card is great in just about any monocolored commander deck, but it is a bit pricey. For card advantage, we're running Goblin Matron, Conspicuous Snoop, Skull Clamp, Goblin Recruiter, Jeska's Will, Goblin Ringleader, Gamble, The One Ring, Rundveld Hordemaster, Demand Answers, and Big Score. Yes, that is a lot of tutors. What do you ask? Don't worry about it. Goblins are just silly little guys after all. Nothing to see here. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Goblin Bombardment, Goblin Trashmaster, Cleansing Wildfire, Pillage, Abrade, Chaos Warp, Massive Raid, Lightning Bolt, Deflecting Swat, and Outnumber. Lots of ways to remove annoying permanents. Or players. Our board wipes consist of Blasphemous Act and Chain Reaction. Not a lot, I know, but we're going to be the ones that get wiped rather than the other way around. The core of our deck consists of Goblin Chieftain, House Squad Heavy, Goblin King, Hobgoblin Bandit Lord, Siege Gang Commander, Krenko Tin String Kingpin, Muxus Goblin Grandee, Legion War Boss, General Crete the Boltbringer, Warren Instigator, Goblin Lackey, Battlecry Goblin, Goblin Instigator, Krenko's command, Dragon Fodder, You See a Pair of Goblins, and Goblin Offensive, the card with the single best flavor text in the game. Supporting our plan, we've also got 1000-Year Elixir, Rising of the Day, Impact Tremors, Pashalik Mons, Goblin Warstrike, Hexing Squelcher, Perforos God of the Forge, Mob Justice, and Shared Animosity. Lots of ways to close out the game. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources, but between 36 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 11 pieces of card advantage. 10 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds. Several Sudden I Win cards, because we are a goblin deck after all. Our commander easily combos off with just a little bit of setup. First of all, we need a card that gives our goblins haste. Oh look, we have a ton of those. Next up, we need a bunch of goblins on board. Oh look, we have a ton of those. Finally, we need a sacrifice outlet. Oh look, we have a ton of those. Ideally, we're using either Phyrexian Altar or Skirk Prospector to generate mana, but regardless. We tap Krenko Mob Boss to generate a bunch of goblins. We then sacrifice Krenko as well as a few of those goblins to generate enough mana to recast Krenko from our command zone, and do it again. For the math to work, we need a number of goblins equal to or greater than 6 plus Krenko's commander tax. So if his commander tax is 0, we only need 6 other goblins to start the combo, so that when we tap him, we'll generate a total of 7 goblin tokens. We then sacrifice Krenko and 5 of those goblin tokens, generating 6 red mana, enough to cast him again. Once he's on the battlefield, we now have 9 goblins. We tap him and we're up to 18. We sacrifice Krenko and 7 other goblins and do it again. Each time we wind up with more goblins, plus enough to pay for the ever-increasing commander tax. But what are we going to do with infinite goblins? Well, we've got Shared Animosity. We could just attack with our horde and crush the enemy that way. Or we could win the game with Perforos and Impact Tremors. Or Mob Justice, which is admittedly old school, but still a fun way to remove a player. What's that? You've got Ghostly Prison out? That's nice. Do you have a Krenko Mob Boss deck? What about a Goblin deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Oscar, Justin, Sleech, Luke, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Brian, and Enra, Waka, and Lon. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.